I mentioned to you about freezer spells. That something came up for me a couple of days ago. So, what is your experience overall with freezer spells? Have you done them? How do you feel about them?
Oh, yeah, I've done them, and a few people that I know have actually done them. We're talking about when somebody ticks you off or there's something going on that you need to take care of, and you need somebody out of your life, or you need some situation, you don't want to deal with it anymore. You write it down, you put it in a little baggie with water in the freezer, in the back of the freezer, totally forget about it. And then eventually, when you're cleaning out your freezer, or in my case right now, I have a dead fridge.
Oh.
So everything had to be cleaned up, put in the garage fridge. I might have found something in the back of my freezer that might need to be buried off of my property. So yeah, it works. It absolutely
Mm.
works. And people think you're crazy when you tell them this, but it does. It freezes them out, or it freezes out that situation that you've been really obsessing about. So yes, I've had good luck with that.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. And this is my thinking exactly. I've done them the freezer spells a few times over the decades, and like you said, it's just meant to freeze out the negativity. So if you've got like a really horrible boss, or a terrible neighbor, or a interfering mother-in-law, or people that are causing unfair injustice to you or unfair harm to you, um, anything that is really negatively impacting you, you can kind of cut that off at the source. So when you're doing a freezer spell, you're basically you're not harming that person, anything. You're looking at the problem, the situation that they're causing, and you're freezing the ability for that negative energy to be in your life or to affect you. So I just did a short video, YouTube video on this a couple of weeks ago, and just talking about the freezer spell. So what actually happened is after I published that video, I thought because I did have one in my freezer too. And I was handling it during the making of that video. So I said, you know what? It's time to get rid of this now, probably. So with so I took it out of the freezer and I thawed it. So this was against, not against, this was for a ongoing situation, a 2 or 3 years long situation with a government entity that I haven't been able to resolve. And it's a very, very serious situation. So I probably put that spell in the freezer maybe 6 months ago or something like that, because I just couldn't handle the negative energy at that time. I had other things going on. And while there was nothing progressing with that case, I was trying to block all kinds of negativity from my life. So I had written a few different things on that piece of paper, including this government agency. And I just wanted to freeze the whole thing. So anyway, so I'm undoing the spell. So I thaw out the baggie and I opened it up and I realized, oh, I also put vinegar in there. So and chili flakes. So it was quite the stench in the kitchen. So I let it thaw. I poured it down the drain with my thanks and whatever. I took my piece of paper out of there, which is hardly legible anymore, which is fine. And I dried it out because I was intending to burn it afterwards. So here's what happened. The very next day, I get a call from these people. The very
Oh
next morning.
my
They
God.
hadn't contacted me for over a year. I think it was last March when last spoke to them, 2024.
What? Yikes.
Yikes. So the reason I broke the spell was because I felt ready to move on with
Right.
whatever
Right.
need to be done. And I couldn't stand it anymore, that this is just hanging and hanging and hanging. As a matter of fact, I even had my member of parliament get in touch with them in February on this issue and never heard back. So now we're at the end of July. I take out that freezer spell, and the very next morning I got
Wow.
it. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
And
I
now I'm in a big muddle again dealing with it, but I do want to deal with it. I this can't stay in my freezer forever and
no,
hang over my head. So
no.
one more little addendum to that. At the very same time, coincidentally, I had an ammonia jar spell going, also against negative energies. And
Okay.
this also has been going for about 6 months, and it was under a cabinet in my office.
Okay.
Well, we had our internet company changed. So little did I know they had to drill new holes in the wall in my office. And somebody came in here and moved the cabinet without me knowing. And when I came back into my office later on that day, I find this jar. It was a very personal ammonia jar spell, and it's sitting on top of my office desk. Like, oh my God. And I could smell ammonia.
Yeah.
How could that be? So I looked at it very carefully, because when I had sealed the jar and finished the spell and everything, I had put saran wrap to in between the lids so nothing would spill ever, or that kind of thing. And nothing was spilt. Nothing. It was totally dry, yet I could smell ammonia.
That's weird.
Well, the next afternoon, holy hell broke loose around here.
Oh no.
Holy hell. So the reason I'm saying this is for people who are wondering, first of all, about the potency of these spells. Oh, yeah, they're potent. And also, when you are undoing them or disturbing them, to be very conscious of what the repercussions might be.
Yeah.
So again, I'm totally satisfied and not unhappy with having undone the freezer spell.
Right.
Although, like I said, it just opened up a huge can of worms, but that's okay. I'm dealing with it.
Right.
But the other one, the ammonia jar spell, having been disturbed, and I find that very, very interesting. That and the two things happening at the same time, and not through my doing. I had no idea that cable people were going to be digging, drilling holes in my walls
Oh
to
my.
install internet. So yeah, I knew you would understand. I just wanted to share that with you. And
Yeah. That's why, we always say, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Right? If you don't feel comfortable doing any of these things, or you really are unclear or unsure, don't play with what you can't fix. Don't tie up a knot and not be able to untie that knot.
to untie it, exactly.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Also, to do things with a clear conscience,
Yes.
I
Yes.
think, and to be very specific about your intentions, what result you want to manifest, and then to clean it up properly when you're done.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Go
exactly
around
right.
doing spells that you can't, like you said, you can't fix. You can't fix them.
Yeah, it's like in Practical Magic, right? When the ants leave and they say to the little girl, I think her name's Antonia or something, to pass on the message, like, clean your own mess, right? Yeah, clean it up.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you a million times for being
Oh,
on the show today. And it was so wonderful to talk to you. Ciao, ciao. Your focused intentions can unleash powerful forces. Don't be afraid. Just be clear, and conscious of what you are manifesting. Please share your thoughts, questions, comments, and experiences in the comment box below. I'd love to hear your own experiences with these spells. Stay witchy, my friends.